watch. I don't rest it off. Every festival, shut you down. Y'all don't mess with my pockets. Y'all new best of y'all watch.
There he goes. Objects in motion stay in motion as long as they move.
The National Basketball Association and your Washington Wizards are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, attacking down to the board, or interrupt play, and using improper language or gestures. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations of these rules to the nearest usher, security guard, or arena staff member. Hey fans, your Wizards dancers in
the NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And here early in the season, these two teams trying to overcome the injuries and hopefully get healthier down the stretch.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Andre Drummond is out there with Antetokounmpo. And there's Jackson. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Maverick in at the 2 spot. And for the Wizards, Josh Giddey is out there with Jordan Poole. Then it's Sarr. Then there's Jusuf Nurkic. And it's Bey in at the 3 spot. Here we are, Greg, looking at early returns from these teams. It's pretty revealing.
Yeah, the first few games of the season quickly tell you what you're good at. And they tell you also what you need to work on.
It'll be the Wizards off the tip. Lillard against Poole. Pass to Bey. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Giannis. Here's Maverick. Giddey defending. This one for 3. Maverick can't hit. Giddey the pass to Bey. And Bey throws it down.
Well, when Bey is coming at you like that with that kind of momentum, tough for the defense to interfere. And
while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. Brian Keefe gave me a few minutes to catch up. Now talking about Damian Lillard, coach admitted they're zoned in with slowing him down. Coach said we know how dangerous he can be. Now we're prepared to mix it up and throw different defenders at him if possible. We don't want him to find his comfort zone. A difficult strategy to pull off, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. And here's Nurkic after the 3 moments ago from Maverick. Bey in the post. Guarded by Jackson. Giddey, no good. Milwaukee's gone 1-2 from long range in the first quarter. Brent, some early success for Josh Giddey in the NBA. When you look at his game, what do you like most?
I love the vision, Kevin. This guy is one of the most creative passers that the NBA has and is willing to take some risks. And the reason he does that is he has confidence in his teammates. But that vision by Josh Giddey is something special. Nice shot selection there. Nurkic finding a shooting window and making that one count.
And there's the drive. Here's Maverick. Rebound by the Wizards.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
The Bucks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Jackson misses. Washington's gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing in going outside. Floats it up for Giannis. And Antetokounmpo scoops it in.
Every night there's something that Giannis does on the floor where you just have to put your hands on your head. Wow, what a move.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Koulibaly, he's checked in for Song. And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best teams from three-point land a year ago. Bucks number 1.
You know, they went through stretches when they just didn't miss from beyond the arc. I mean, that carried them right to the top of that list.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Good.
Well, pretty sturdy inside. Giddey's got that size and ready to battle.
Milwaukee with the ball. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Now here's Giddey after the miss from Maverick. Nice ball movement by Washington. Fast break, Milwaukee. There's the lob to Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition. He helps get the rhythm going.
Portis, he's checked in for the Bucks.
And for the Bucks, number 9, Bobby Portis.
A minute 50 left in the first. Now Giddey. And another miss by Washington.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Hey, no good.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he be a little bit more selective too. Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
Here's Maverick, and he banks in the lane. Maverick's got 5 points so far.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And there's the call on Maverick. That's his first foul. Koulibaly is out there with Stevenson. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Fultz in at the point. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. And that one drops for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
I now have sent it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, Maverick in the last matchup against the Pistons did some very solid work. He finished with 19 points, and all game long he seemed like he couldn't miss from outside the arc, converting many times from distance. He was certainly effective, doing a little bit of everything for his squad. Kevin, we have to appreciate that kind of effort.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, he was sensational the other night, making play after play after play.
And that's what you want. Not only was the effort there, but how about the production as well?
He can do a lot of different things, so he falls into these different roles. Which will it be tonight?
Here's Giddey. Count the basket.
That's impressive stuff from Giddey, just getting on the interior part of the defense.
Here's Maverick. The shot missing. Good D by Stevenson.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Fultz kicks to Giddey. Beyond the arc. Drops in the tray. Giddey's got 5 points now this quarter.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shot's now starting to fall.
And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. Out left to the wing. Here's Maverick. No good on the triple. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Wizards. They trail by 14. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively. Just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
And here is Giddey. After the three-pointer from Maverick, the three. Andre Drummond grabs the miss.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
The Bucks have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line. Washington making some changes. Sars checked in for Stevenson. Bay comes in for Coulibaly. And Poole subbed in for Fultz. The Bucks also changing it up. Jackson, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Damian Lillard in for Tim Hardaway Jr. The kick out to Poole. Trains the three-pointer. Poole's got 5 now.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Bucks lead by 17. And we'll be back right after this.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Milwaukee Bucks. Guys, I want to talk about something else for just a second. Is it me, or have the alternative jerseys around the league gotten a little too creative?
I wish you wear an alternative jersey every once in a while, Ernie.
Yeah, man. Your threads are getting a little bit stale. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what's up with this? I just asked a basketball question, and now it's a personal attack. I'm done with you two. And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Milwaukee Bucks.
They're efficient. They play to their strengths. That puts guys in a position to succeed.
Yeah, they take shots they feel confident about. If they don't feel confident, they make the next pass.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Without question, Maverick displaying his skills today.
Something has kicked him into gear tonight as he has done work on the offensive end.
I think he's enjoying it too. So rare to have an offensive explosion from him. You know his teammates are loving that as well.
Hey, Bones, what do you think is a part of the game that some casual fans don't really understand that well?
Well, Kevin, outside of the contest right here in front of us, let's think about the long schedule that teams are dealing with. How many times the coaches employ different lineups and strategies so that by the end of the year, they have optionality in what they can do on the floor.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Damian Lillard out there with Maverick. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And there's Jackson, and it's Drummond in at the center position.
The whole defense did not see that coming as Giddey goes for the jam.
Lillard, the pass to Matt. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It goes on Josh Giddey.
Good job to take it right at the defense.
Milwaukee shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Only 71% from the line last season, and rest assured they're hoping to bring those numbers up this year.
Sarr with it. Nothing on the board. Poole finds Bay. Here's Sarr. 6 to shoot. Pass to Poole. Washington needs to get a shot off here. A three-pointer, no good.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Wizards trail by 15. To the paint. Here's Bay. And the layup falls.
And maneuvering into position, Bay moving the needle.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants to talk to his guys.
And checking out the stats for Maverick, last season he played outstanding. And as one of the NBA's top 5 scorers, you also can't forget what an outstanding year he had offensively.
And you're right. Not only did he dial it up from deep all year, he did it with tremendous consistency. That's the kind of three-point efficiency you want.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Now Sarr. The kick out to Poole. Shoots from the high post. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. That's 7 points for Jordan Poole. I'll tell you what, Brent, this Jordan Poole is one confident player.
Yeah, his mindset, though, Kevin, has to shift to being more consistent. So we've seen these outbursts in scoring from Jordan Poole. But really, you want to have a more reliable player in what he does both offensively and defensively. Hopefully he finds that.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Keefe family.
Jackson. With a break in the action, we go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that excelled at slowing the pace down a campaign ago. The Bucks #1.
Defense was their identity, and that's how they're going to beat you. And they did it better than anyone in the league.
Pass to Giddey. Latrey. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Giannis has got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Maverick. It's rebounded by Giddey.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
And here's Nurkic. Nice ball movement by Washington. Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took it down. Poole's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Poole does a great job there, just extending and using his length to have an advantage on that shot.
And Saddiq Bey picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Coulibaly, he's checked in for Washington. Markelle Fultz comes in for Poole. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Floats it up for Giannis. And stolen by Song.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Coulibaly with it. Working on Drummond. Pass to Fultz. To the middle. Here's Bay. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Bay's got 6 points.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. load the plate. Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
This is what makes Giannis such an elite player, his ability to score in those difficult situations down low with lots of bodies around.
Bay against Hardaway. Good on the shot. 8 points for him.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Outside Hardaway. Here's Maverick. He's defended by Coulibaly. And he comes up with the deuce.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, he's grabbed the tee and a blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
Here's Song. And 3 off the mark. Bucks leading by 13. Picked him clean. Coulibaly with it. He's got 5. Now here's Bay. Pass to Song. 6 on the shot clock. Bay against Hardaway. Bay, no good.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Maverick can't hit. Fultz looking around. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll return shortly. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that, right?
Making a change here. Davis is checked in. Mavericks checked in for Milwaukee. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. And here's Fultz. Got a hand on it. We've got Bilal Coulibaly. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Davis. And there's Fultz. And it's Carrington in at the 2. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. Davis finds Fultz. Valanciunas with the ball. Valanciunas with a screen on Smith. Carrington, that's good.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Here's Maverick into the lane. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Maverick's got 24.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Outside, Davis. Here's Carrington. Screened by Valanciunas. And it's Carrington missing.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Wizards trail by 12. Pass to Valanciunas. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Maverick. Now here's Connaughton. Smith the pass to Antetokounmpo. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And the Bucks lead by 15.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone is on the same page. And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. And then for Milwaukee, Andre Drummond's checked in for Bobby Portis. Jackson comes in for Smith, and it's Damian Lillard in for Pat Connaughton. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to catch what Brian Keefe told his team during that break. Now, he asked for one thing, intensity. He said, I need you to crank it up to 11 out there. That's how we turn it around. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. For Washington, they've gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarterback treating them well so far.
Giddey is just so clever at finding ways to the rim, good at ripping through holes in the deep.
There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. It's blocked. Here's Poole. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Those are 2 tough points from Poole. Great to see him mixing it up down low.
Here's Maverick. Count it. Good. Maverick's got 26 points.
Excellent play. Just adding fuel to the fire and really trying to put this one out of reach.
This is what great players try to do. They're not allowing the opposition to gain any kind of hope to try and get back in the game.
And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. Nurkic, the pass to Sarr. Back to Nurkic. Nice ball movement by Washington. Giddey, no good. Milwaukee leading by 13. He takes it in. Maverick can't hit. Washington on 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Bay finds Poole. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Milwaukee's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Bucks.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Just a force on the glass. Did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with the steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And talking about the mental toughness that this group showed. They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.
You earned that one. They talk the talk, but you walk the walk. You let these guys like the beam, and you're going to stand there and watch it.
And hairstyle.
The rep boosting items for the rec are always must-haves for my crew, so you'll be picking up a new headband at
The other team's already worried about stopping you, MP.
That's right. Kings Rally Sunday is coming soon. Don't forget to come out to the game for Calendar Day. What better way to pass the...
Coming right up, the Kings taking on the Bucks. For the Kings, they know each game is a test of their physical endurance and mental focus. Another challenge lies ahead. Bucks, Kings, only here. The NBA on 2K Sports, presenting an exciting Monday night game. Very early in the season, but a lot of excitement still in the air, Graham.
No question, B.A. I mean, the fan base will usually carry it until their team is mathematically eliminated. Fans in this league are so passionate about their teams. That's one of the things that makes the NBA so great.
Now let's take a look at the Bucks opening lineup. Andre Drummond is out there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then it's Jackson. Then there's Damian Lillard. And it's Maverick in a two-guard. Here's DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
Well, I tell you what, DeRozan really packs a punch now. He's an explosive athlete with really good strength. I mean, he's got great size for a backcourt dominant scorer.
Right wing. Here's Maverick. That three's off the mark. And here's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Milwaukee this season. Fox deciding where to go with it. Pass to Sabonis. Shot clock at 5. Over Drummond. And he wills that one in. Sinking it right through the back of the iron.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
Grant, when you talk about De'Aaron Fox, what an exciting player.
That he is, and just now entering the prime years of his career. We've seen him make great strides the last few years.
6'10" dunking is low stress for Sabonis. Solid and getting himself inside for these throwdowns.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. Here's Fox. 23 points his last outing. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
This one for three. Drummond grabs a miss. The Bucks have gone 1 for 3 so far. Here's Maverick. Takes a three. Fires in the triple.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Sabonis finds Murray. Fox outside. On target from range.
They've really come out swinging, hitting 4 of their first 5 shots.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the gameplay. Ellis has checked in for Monk. Here's Maverick. Count it. 2 for 4 from the field now.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, one nickname you hear for DeMar DeRozan is the lone mid-ranger. He said you can operate freely in the mid-range. It's like an ocean out there. If you're smart, you can take advantage of the space and pick teams apart. Brian?
He's an expert tactician working in between. Thanks, Allie. Drummond passes to Maverick. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. Outside Murray. Back to Fox. Outside Murray. Puts up a three. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
Count the basket.
And I like how confident Fox is inside. I mean, awesome. Absolutely awesome. Getting good positioning close to the basket.
Here's Maverick. And the Bucks miss again.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. They pinned that one on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
It's pretty clear that DeMar DeRozan is an outstanding athlete. He can outrun you, he might outwork you, and he's able to be everywhere on the floor, and he does it with kind of unique grace and finesse.
Williams is checked in for the Kings. Carter comes in for De'Aaron Fox. And a new group getting ready for the Bucks. Looney's checked in for Drummond. Portis comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Smith, he's checked in for Jackson. And Tim Hardaway subbed in for Damian Lillard. DeRozan finds Carter. Sabonis with a screen on Hardaway. To the paint. 6 on the shot clock. And Sabonis slams it in.
Excellent pick and roll action at times. Sabonis has great hands, rolls out of the screen effectively and hard, attacks the defense as the roll man.
Spins. Here's Maverick. Oh, nice D from Carter.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. And he drives in. And it's slammed in by Carter.
A stat sheet stuffer of a player. DeRozan has really improved as a passer.
Here's Maverick. 4-3. No good that time. And so it's the Sacramento Kings closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's mostly due to their super. Sacramento. Sabonis, he's checked in for Adams. Malik Monk comes in for DeRozan. And Fox is... Subbed in for Carter. The Kings lead by 5 On the floor for Milwaukee, we've got Green, Jackson out there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then it's Andre Drummond, and it's Maverick in at the point. Always attacking Fox.
Sharing the basketball is a part of the game that Monk needs to continue to add to complement his shooting.
Kicks it out to Jackson. Pass to Maverick. The three ball. Williams grabs the board. The Kings have gone 8 of 11 in the second quarter. Trey Williams, a bit of a jack of all trades, Clark. He always provides a spark.
Yeah, he's an ideal guy to have in your rotation, whether he's starting or coming off the bench, because he gives you a lot of positive production at both ends, and you can get under the skin of the opponent too, which isn't always a bad thing. Gives you everything he has and fits in nicely with whatever role you give him.
Inside, here's Fox. Wow, physical D, but Fox prevails.
There's some contact there, but Fox just refuses to let that hold him back.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, Maverick in the last matchup against the Wizards put on a show. He scored 28 points, and he was able to provide some stout defense on that end of the court, too. He was a big reason they were able to snap that losing streak, using it as motivation. Guys?
Great work. Thanks for that. And there's always the chance of a carryover effect into tonight's game.
I wouldn't put it past him, but it's tough to have back-to-back performances like that.
Oh, you can't bet against a guy like that. He looks like he's in a groove, focused, on top of his game. No reason that he can't keep it going.
Pass to Drummond. Here's Maverick beyond the arc. Second chance shot. Goes up again. The shot by Drummond, no good. Sacramento leading by 6. Here's Fox. Drummond grabs the miss. Milwaukee has gotten only 4 of 9 from beyond the arc here in the second. Good on the shot. Mavericks got 10 points in the game.
Fantastic ball movement that time. Antetokounmpo skilled at taking apart a defense with his passing.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Back to Fox. Fires from deep. Fox, that smooth lefty shot.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Here's Maverick. Hands it from the wing. He's got 12. And so it's De'Aaron Fox making highlights for the Kings. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games. And what about you guys? Did you like to look ahead on the schedule, or did you take the one game at a time approach?
Well, I know Shaq liked to look ahead. He had to have his dinner reservations planned out way in advance.
Hey, eating well on the road is important.
So let's dig into that first half now, and what was a very solid performance for the Sacramento Kings.
Their effort on the offensive glass has set a strong message. They're not going to be pushed around, and they're going to battle and outwork you.
Like I outwork you every day, Kenny. I'm just saying.
I outwork both of you, and it ain't even close. Glad you could join us. Brian Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Boy, it's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Fox and Monk make up the backcourt. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. And it's Sabonis in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for Mike Brown.
Oh, man, take a look at that one. Just a textbook alley-oop.
Beautifully done. He served it up on a platter.
And a nice touch on the finish.
Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
The Bucks trail. For the lead. Man, that one's good. Mavericks got 17.
Excellent execution coming out of the break. They've taken 3 shots and made 3 shots.
Outside Monk. Pass to Murray to win the run. The rebound by the Bucks. Drummond's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Oh, man, what happened at halftime? Since then, they're 0 for 4.
Giannis is a monster around the rim. Too easy there.
Sacramento has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. And here's Murray. Fox outside. Fox pushing through the defense.
They can finally relax after missing their first 4 shots to start this half.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Attention fans, now on the court is your hype squad. Get loud, let them hear it. Who wants a t-shirt?
Checked in for Drummond. Portis comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Smith, he's checked in for Jackson. And Hardaway is subbed in for Lillard. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Maverick. He's got 17. Back come the Kings in transition. Oh, my goodness. Disrespectful.
Nobody's ever questioned Monk's talent. There he takes care of business at both ends.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Portis right side. Pass to Maverick. From outside the arc. Sinks the tray. Maverick's got 8 points in the quarter.
They're playing very well here in the second half. I mean, their shooting percentage is now over 50% from the field.
Yeah, it's not a surprise then to see them out in front the way they've been efficient offensively in this half and actually throughout the entire game.
Murray from outside. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
You wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the glass.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Here's Maverick. No good with the triple. Kings trail by 3. Well, Grant, in the spring of 2024, a remarkable streak ended. Domantas Sabonis had recorded 61 consecutive double-doubles.
Yeah, it was the longest streak since the merger back in 1976. Now, Sabonis has led the NBA in rebounding multiple years. Plus, he has averaged 8 assists in a season, so that is big-time production.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Looking at our leaderboard here, last year the teams that made an art out of transitioning from defense to offense. 5th best, the Kings.
It seemed like almost every time they forced an error, they converted on it. Not just winning turnovers, but taking them to the bank.
Fox for 3. And count it, 8 of 14 now. He's rolling.
This is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Here's Maverick. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the Kings. Pass to Sabonis. Looney against DeRozan. Over Looney. And it's DeRozan missing.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Maverick, the pass to Hardaway. Here's Maverick, wide open, and it's Milwaukee scoring again.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the double.
On the wing, DeRozan. Puts one up from 19. Looney grabs a miss. Here's Milwaukee. They're on a 16-7 run. Smith passes to Maverick. And the jumper from the wing offline. Kings trail by 4.
If they take their time, this will be the final possession of the quarter.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
DeRozan finds Fox. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Fox has got 21.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence could be...
Oh, it's good! Are you kidding me?
Oh, my goodness. That's how you beat the clock. Whoa! The heave to beat the buzzer.
Whew, that's an impossible shot, man, even when you don't have the clock to worry about.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth. The Bucks on top, leading by 5. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
Man, I know changes here for the Kings. DeRozan comes in for Williams.
Got this,
and
MP.
Fox is subbed in for Ellis. Pass to Carter. Shoots from 12. Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
Hitting the glass with a purpose and a question.
And guys, you've seen it countless those times in a close game, hustle plays can really make a difference.
Taking a look at the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Jackson. Then there's Damian Lillard. Then it's Andre Drummond. And it's Maverick in at the 2 spot. Fox left side.
And that puts them just one foul from the bonus. Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
On defense, the Bucks. Off the inbound pass. That one falls. Nice feed from Sabonis. Sabonis has got 4 assists now tonight. Maverick, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Maverick. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. Sabonis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Pass to Fox. Fox driving hard.
Can't afford to be too handsy with Sabonis. He's very good at forcing the issue and getting these calls.
14 foul. Shooting for Sacramento, Domantas Sabonis.
And the first one at the line is good. And Sabonis drops them both.
When it's this close, he's exactly who they want at the stripe.
Antetokounmpo outside. Pass to Lillard. Here's Maverick. Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now. 3-pointer off the mark. Kings trail by 3. Fox with the ball. Jackson in his pocket. Fox, that's good.
Oh, Fox doesn't shy away from important possessions. He wants to be the man for this team.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. To the wing on the left. Launches a 3. And that one's good. Maverick's got 6 here in the quarter.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
The floater. Fox fully commits inside.
And he's got it going now. When he's in this kind of a zone, boy, he's fun to watch.
Monk with a steal. And pushing it up. Here's Sacramento. And it's Fox missing. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth. Monk grabs a miss.
With not a defender in sight, there's no one to blame but himself.
And it's Fox missing.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Chalk up 2 there. Maverick's got 35.
His energy is unmatched. And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Fox, that's good.
Someone who embraces big moments. De'Aaron Fox, huge points.
And a timeout call here by Doc Rivers. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Milwaukee making a switch here. Connaughton's checked in. Here's Maverick. Oh, gets the 3 to fall.
He's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence. Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why I called the TO. Timeout to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Mike Brown was just reviewing the plan of his team. And they told the team it's close. We've got a chance if we battle, compete. You can see the players love the message. They look fired up. We'll see if it works, Brian.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. All right, Grant trying to seize control now.
And BA, if they can convert here, they might be able to close the door.
First personal foul. 15 foul.
Good on the first. And that increases the lead to 6.
Number 26. 2 shots.
So he gets them both. And it's a 7-point game.
Those are critical foul shots. Love to see him knock them down there.
Fox for 3. Rebounded by the Bucks.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Maverick, the pass to Connaughton. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Maverick. Rebounded by Fox. And Fox has got the ball here for the Sacramento Kings. With the fadeaway. And it's Monk missing. Here's Maverick. Oh, and Fox with the block. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will keep it.
Milwaukee ball.
Here's Maverick. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. So we see the Bucks get the win here. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And B.A., the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work and got the win, whatever the margin may have been.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. We'll see you next time.
MP, you are the straw that stirs the drink. Another day, another win. Good work. Win this game so we can go hit the buffet for some chicken wings. It's your world. We just live it.
National Basketball Association and the Atlanta Hawks are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language, or gestures. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff member. And don't forget about our bobblehead giveaway. Bring the family and get a free Harry the Hawk bobblehead.
Oh, say does that.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. In this game, we'll sustain most teams right now still trying to capture that rhythm, that right rhythm. To coaches, I'm sure it's obvious who has done that and who is still struggling to get that rhythm.
Absolutely, Kevin. On a team-wide basis and on an individual player basis, you can figure out who really understands what's supposed to be happening on the floor. You can see when a team is flowing and everything is working together. But then the hard part is to be consistent with that night after night.
Will MP has made it a point to become the best player in his conference. And he's let everyone know about it, too. He wants in that game badly.
You love the gamesmanship. MP putting it out there. I mean, we've all heard the big statements in the past, and MP going after this is only natural, but it is hard to back up. And so far, he's done. The question for the future, how nasty will it get as he continues to face teams and players who want nothing more than to shut MP down?
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo out there with Andre Drummond. And there's Maverick. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Jackson at the small forward position. I'm now to head over to David Aldridge for some information about MP.
Thanks, Kev. As you know, all eyes are on the star matchup at point guard. When I asked MP about it, he told me it's going to be a battle. I know everyone's hyping it up, but this game is about much more than the individual matchups. He knows it's going to take a group effort to pull out this win. Guys?
David, just like you and this crew, it takes a group effort. And he is all about the team. Thanks, D.A. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. It's Young on the wing. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Young's got 6.
Well, a sharp start for them. 3 of 4 from the field.
We're talking about Trae Young here, G.A. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Elbow shot. Young's shot is off.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
That's to Vucevic. Here is Daniels. On outside. Nice move. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this end.
Well, if Drummond's going to score, the paint is where it's going to happen.
Young from outside. Again, Young missing. Bucks leading by 8. Here's Maverick. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Action gone, 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Young outside. Looking to end the run. Another miss by Young. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And the shot is good. He's got 8.
Yeah, it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Substitution here for Milwaukee. Kevon Looney is checked in for Drummond. Portis comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Smith checked in for Jackson. Hardaway is subbed in for Lillard. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Vucevic dishes to Jones. Back to Vucevic. Bogdanovich wide open. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic.
Well, anyone can tell you Bogdanovich is a volume three-point shooter. It's the focus of his game.
On the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Maverick in the last matchup against the Kings was tremendous. He scored 40 points, and he was really dialed in from three-point land, making a lot of long ones. He was a jack of all trades for them. He helped them out in every facet of the game. Back to you guys.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
And the Hawks making a change here. Okongwu's checked in. By the way, that's a two-pointer. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And it's Okongwu slamming it down.
And using his length, getting in close to stuff it down. That's just too easy.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Looney. Here's Maverick, defended by Jones. Maverick can't hit.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
Jacks up a three. And so it's Milwaukee in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be back with you shortly. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Antetokounmpo and Portis man the post position. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Jackson in at the 3 spot. A unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League. And now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been. And he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of him.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
To the wing on the left. Riza with it. Lillard picks him up. It's hauled in by Giannis. Giannis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Vucevic checked in for Okongwu. Johnson comes in for DeAndre Hunter. Daniels is checked in for Bogdanovich. Young is subbed in for Trey Jones.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
That ties it up. And it's 7 points for Riza Shea.
And he has made right here after a slow start for that first quarter.
Everett, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
Johnson in the corner. Pass to Riza Shea. Off target from outside. Milwaukee leading by 3. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. the basket on the assist by Daniels. Young's got 8 points.
Yeah, you love to see that. Really solid stuff from Young.
Maverick passes to Looney. Bucks passing it around. Here's Maverick. Fires the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. 18 points for him.
Yet another 3. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops. Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
19 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And now Daniels pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Throws down on the coast-to-coast drive.
A skilled defender. You got to be careful around Daniels or he will make you pay for it.
Three-pointer. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Milwaukee on top as they wrap up the second quarter on a 12-4 run. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Thank you for joining us. Getting right to the story, things are going well for the Milwaukee Bucks.
You know, on the boards, they've been ferocious. They've been intimidating. Reminds me of watching big fella out there.
You know they're going to have some bruised elbows tonight. Thank you.
All right, let's switch it over. See what the fans are posting on social media. And this question comes to us from Mindful Journey. Let's see. What was the best class you... And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been one outstanding game for Maverick.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
The front court is Rizushea and Johnson. Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Vucevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
In the last few decades, we've seen the three become more and more necessary for offenses. Wondering if you think that's a good thing.
Well, it is, and teams not only understand the value of making a lot of three-point shots, but the threat of the three spreads out defenses and actually makes it easier for you to get shots at the rim. So the three is absolutely necessary to be a great offensive team in this league.
Quickly, is the arc too close? Should they move it, maneuver it?
Well, the skill level is really, really high. I like the suggestion of keeping the arc the same all the way around, which would eliminate the corner three.
Looking to get it going. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down now to just 10 points with their basket from Young.
Well, that one from mid-range. Young's got a quick release.
Yep, that one goes. Drummond's got his second basket of the game.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
Pass to Rizushea. Young, a screen on Jackson. Now Rizushea. He has 7, and it's Vucevic missing.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
Here is Daniels. Covered by Lillard. Goes back up. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Daniels.
Well, Daniels has good length, so this close in, he can use that to his advantage.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And some changes here for the Bucks. Portis comes in for Drummond. Hardaway subbed in for Jackson. Here's Maverick. Milwaukee, no good that time either. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. It's on Damian Lillard. Atlanta shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And just last season, they were at about 82% from the free throw line, so those numbers are always going to be positive.
Hunter's checked in for Trae Young. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Looney's checked in. The three. Maverick can't hit. The Hawks trail by 7. And Stan, here we are watching DeAndre Hunter. What impresses you most about his game?
Well, I like how steady he has been since he came into the league. I like the fact that he's a guy who can make shots but doesn't need the ball a lot. And I especially like, Kevin, that he's just a guy who figures out what needs to be done, and he's willing to do any of it to help his team win.
What a great intent. I like the shift over. Game, like you said, give the team what they need at that moment.
Daniels using that vision.
Driving to the basket. That one good for 2. And now it's up to 25 points for Maverick.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here's Reza Shea. Connects from 3-point range. Reza Shea's got 5 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, taking away the lead is never easy. But a rally like this is how you do it.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Daniels. After Reza Shea. They get it again. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And here is Hunter. Johnson outside. 5 to shoot. Lays it up off the glass. Now just a 2-point Milwaukee lead.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Here's Maverick. No good with the triple.
Well, he had a great first half from three-point range, but hasn't quite gotten his touchback since the break.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Picked by Vucevic. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game.
15 seconds. Substitution on the court.
There's 18 seconds left to play in the third. Outside, Jones, just 5 on the clock. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. Vucevic gets double teamed. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
From deep. And that one released in time, but no good. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. Bucks lead by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta. Let's hear what Doc Rivers has going on over in his huddle.
All right, keep fighting. We got to be solid. What did I say? The last word was discipline on defense. All right? Discipline.
And you hear him, Doc Rivers, pleading with his guys to band together and get some stops.
It's a good point. I mean, it's an area of the game where just one weak link can sink the efforts of everybody else. And he's telling every guy in that huddle, you have to man up and stick together.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And Milwaukee, looking at who they got. Pat Connaughton is out there with Maverick. And there's Jackson. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Smith in at the 4. There's Maverick. From outside, off the mark.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Pass to Bogdanovich. Launches it. Hits it from three-point range.
And this is why Bogdanovich has a permanent green light from the arc. Frankly, the team expects this from him.
Here's Maverick, and he uses the glass on the layup. Maverick's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Jones looking for an opening. Fires from 18. Second chance effort. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Young's check in for the Hawks. The Bucks also changing it up. Drummond's checked in for Portis. Thomas Antetokounmpo comes in for Smith. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Pat Connaughton. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Lillard outside. Pass to Maverick. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Here's what the Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Friday, the Houston Rockets will come into town. Then on Sunday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And that matchup against the Hornets, it's one that I'm excited for. A couple of teams that play exciting basketball moving up early in the season.
Here's Daniels, and the shot goes down. Daniels has got the lead up to 2 now for the Hawks.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
After Maverick shoots the 3, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. That's now 32 points for Maverick.
Yeah, that's outstanding. Tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead this team.
Young's shot is off.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Pass to Rizachet. Here's Vucevic. And his ball moved it here by Atlanta. Johnson sends the screen 3 out. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That is his first foul of the game. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation.
Good work on the defensive end by Drummond, using his size to bottom the shooter.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Maverick. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. With the drive, Young from outside. The Hawks again can't hit.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for. Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
He goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Flashing his athleticism there. I like when Daniels goes right at the rim.
Maverick passes to Antetokounmpo. Here's Maverick. Misses the 3. Hawks trail by 4. On outside. To the inside. Vucevic. The basket good. The assist from Young. Vucevic has got his first 2 points of the night. Here's Maverick. Here's Drummond. They grab their own miss. Good.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And there's the call on Maverick. That'll be his second foul of the game. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, if you're looking for someone to make things happen for the offensive end, Trae Young's the guy you want.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip. And the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the 3.
And their passing has been great as well. Ball movement is key in getting the looks, and they've had that down tonight.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here.
David Alder. David. During that last break, Kevin, we got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. He told his players, I need you to play smarter out there. You're in a rush right now, and that's why we're behind. Slow things down. Run our plays. We'll see if that tempo shifts at all.
Thank you, David.
He is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Giannis passes to Maverick. With the 3 of his own. It's no good. 6 seconds separating the shot game clocks.
And that bucket was absolutely huge. A defensive stop now may just seal the deal.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
23 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Antetokounmpo to the left side wing. Maverick buries the triple.
And they do have a foul to give.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. What do you think we're going to see here?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
12 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Young with the ball. Lets it go with a three. Count it!
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra.
Here's Maverick. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so it's the Hawks who come out on top.
Sorry, man. Tough game tonight.
Yeah, Pete.
Hey, they're professionals too.
Look, if you want to make the All-Star team, these are the games that you got to bring it. The whole league was watching this one, MP.
I know. I ain't get it done.
I think you know I don't particularly care if you're an All-Star or not. That's not my focus. But if this is something that you want, and I know that it is,
100%.
You can't have any more games like this that we marked as crucial.
I get it. I'll be better.
See that you are.
Get ready to rumble, young blood.
Every game is a new day, and Pete.